Why does your dog cover you in slobbery kisses, like they're on a mission? Sure, it seems like a simple affection, but what if there's something more behind all that licking? What if your pup is actually analyzing you, detecting things you can't even sense? Unlike humans, dogs don't just see the world, they taste it. From your mood to where you've been, even subtle changes in your body, their tongue is like a built-in scanner picking up details you'd never expect. And sometimes, what they're licking isn't just about you. It could be something way more bizarre. Before you brush off those wet kisses as just another doggy quirk, you'll want to hear these 15 surprising reasons why your dog won't stop licking you. Because once you know the truth, you'll never look at those licks the same way again. Let's jump in. Number 15. They're tasting. Your mood. Why does your pup's tongue always seem to find its way to your hand face or even your feet? Well, I'm telling you, it's not just love, it's research. Unlike humans who rely on facial expressions or words to understand emotions, dogs have a far more direct approach. Your skin constantly releases tiny chemical signals based on how you're feeling. When you're stressed, your body chemistry changes. When you're happy, it shifts again. And your furry friend, they're tasting those changes. Licking is their way of decoding your mood in real time, almost like a built-in emotional radar. They don't just sense how you feel, they taste it. That's why they might lick you more when you're anxious or sad, as if they're checking in on you. But here's the funny part. Even though they're keeping tabs on your emotions, they still don't see you as the leader of the pack. Because at Number 14, they think you're part of their pack, but not as the alpha. Why does your furry best friend keep licking you, like you're some helpless little pup? You might think it's a sign of respect, but in reality, they're treating you the same way a mother dog treats her puppies. In a pack, dominant dogs don't lick their leaders, they receive licks from lower-ranking members. But puppies, they get constant licks from their mother as a way of keeping them safe, clean, and comforted. So when your dog showers you with kisses, it's not because they see you as the alpha, it's because, in their eyes, you're the one who needs looking after. They're nurturing you, caring for you, and maybe even trying to teach you how to be a proper dog. And as if that's not wild enough, some dogs lick for a completely different reason. They're not just showing love, they're claiming you as theirs. Number 13, they're marking you with their scent through their saliva. Why does your furry friend go on a licking spree the moment you walk through the door? It's not just love, it's ownership. Dogs don't just claim territory by peeing. Licking is their secret way of marking what's theirs. Their saliva carries a scent that other dogs can pick up on, like an invisible name tag that says, "This human is taken." Ever notice how your pup gets extra licky after you've been around another dog? That's because they can smell the competition. They're remarking you, making sure the world knows exactly who you belong to. It's their way of saying, "Nice try, buddy, but this one's mine." And here's something even crazier. Your dog's tongue isn't just picking up where you've been, but what's happening inside you. Because believe it or not, they can actually taste something you didn't expect. Number 12, they can taste your hormonal changes. Why does your pup suddenly start licking you like they just discovered something new? It's not random affection. Your dog is actually tasting what's happening inside your body. Humans go through invisible hormonal shifts all day. Cortisol spikes when you're stressed, adrenaline surges when you're excited, and even reproductive hormones fluctuate without you realizing it. But your furry friend, they notice everything. Their tongues pick up on these chemical changes almost like a built-in health scanner. Ever wonder why your dog licks you more when you're upset? They might be tasting the stress on your skin before you've even processed it yourself. And it's not just emotions they detect. Some pups can even tell when major bodily changes are on the way. But licking isn't always about hormones. Sometimes it's something much stranger. Like number 11. They're trying to get you to regurgitate food. Why does your pup lick you like you're hiding a secret snack? It's not just an affection, it's an instinct. In the wild, puppies lick their mother's mouth to trigger a feeding response, hoping she'll regurgitate food for them. Even though your furry companion has never had to fight for a meal, that primal habit still lingers. When they lick your face or mouth, they might be nudging you in a way that says, "Hey, where's my share?" It's the same reason some dogs get extra licky when you're eating. They're tapping into an ancient survival strategy. But here's where it gets even weirder. This behavior isn't just about food. It also ties into how dogs sense changes in your body, even before you notice them yourself. If you're just as fascinated by what those licks really mean, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell. There's so much more to uncover. In fact, here's a more interesting one. Some pups can actually detect a life-changing shift long before any test can confirm it, including Number 10, they're detecting pregnancy before you even know why. Does your furry friend suddenly act like your shadow, licking you more than usual, following you everywhere, and even staring at you like they know something you don't? It's not just love, they're detecting something big. Dogs have an unbelievable sense of smell, far beyond anything a human could imagine. When a person becomes pregnant, their body starts releasing a flood of new hormones, changing their natural scent in ways people can't detect, but a pup can. Long before a pregnancy test shows a positive result, a dog's nose has already picked up on the shift. That's why some dogs become extra clingy or obsessed with licking their owner's belly. They're not just being affectionate, they know a life-changing event is happening before anyone else does. And it's not just pregnancy. Your pet can actually pick up on any hormonal shifts, whether it's stress, sadness, or even a coming illness. Speaking of hormones, have you ever noticed your four-legged companion licking you more when you're feeling anxious? That's no coincidence. Number 9, they're trying to calm you down. Why does your furry best friend suddenly start licking you like crazy, right when you're feeling stressed? It's not just affection, it's a built-in calming mechanism. Dogs can sense emotional shifts long before we even say a word. Your heartbeat quickens, your scent changes, and your body language stiffens, and your pup picks up on it all. But instead of words, they use their tongue. Licking triggers the release of endorphins in both of you, creating a wave of calm that spreads between species. It's like a doggy-built stress relief button, working faster than a deep breath. And here's the kicker. Your four-legged therapist doesn't just react to what you're feeling, they might even be responding to what's happening inside your mind. Some dogs seem to know when your thoughts shift even before your mood does. Could it be that their tongues are responding to something deeper? Something even science can't fully explain? Well, let's just say, the way they react to your brainwaves might leave you speechless. Number 8, they're reacting to your brainwaves. Why does your pup suddenly lick you like they're trying to snap you out of a trance? It's not just affection. It might be their way of reacting to something deep inside your mind. Dogs are incredibly attuned to electrical activity, and believe it or not, they can actually sense shifts in your brain waves. When your mental state changes, whether from stress, deep concentration, or even an impending medical episode, your furry companion picks up on it. That sudden lick? It could be their way of grounding you, almost like a reset button for your energy. Humans rely on machines to track brain activity, but dogs don't need wires or fancy equipment. They just know. It's why some pups have been able to warn their owners about an oncoming seizure before it happens. Their bodies react before their brains even register the shift, almost like an internal alarm system. And it's not just your brain they're monitoring, because if they're licking you a little too persistently, they might be picking up on something even more life-threatening, like what's happening inside your heart. Number 7, they can smell if you're about to have a heart attack. Why does your furry friend suddenly nuzzle your chest or lick the same spot over and over? It might not be affection, it could be a warning. Dogs have an astonishing ability to detect changes in the human body long before we realize something is wrong. Their noses can pick up the tiniest shifts in body chemistry, including subtle changes in your breath and sweat that signal an oncoming heart attack. Some dogs have even pinpointed the exact area of distress, licking persistently as if trying to draw attention to the problem. Unlike humans who rely on machines and symptoms to diagnose heart issues, your puppy senses it before it happens, sometimes giving their owners a life-saving heads up. And if they start acting unusually anxious around you, pacing or whining for no clear reason, it might not be random. They're trying to tell you something, and you should listen, But that's not the only hidden skill they have. Your four-leg detective also knows this even before you finish your sentence. Number 6. They know when you're lying. Why is your furry best friend staring at you like they just caught you red-handed? It's not just in your head. Dogs can actually taste your lies. Unlike humans who rely on words and expressions, dogs decode truth through scent and chemistry. When you're nervous, guilty, or even just a little sneaky, your body releases subtle changes in sweat and pheromones. And guess what? That wet nose and eager tongue pick up on everything. So if you've ever told your pup, "Sorry, no more treats," while secretly slipping a snack behind your back, don't be shocked if they start licking your hands like they're searching for evidence. It's their way of analyzing the situation, confirming whether you're being honest or just a really bad liar. And the funniest part? They won't judge you. They know, but they love you anyway. Speaking of things your four-legged detective picks up on, have you noticed them licking you more when you've been out all day? It might not be affection. It could be their way of reminding you to do... Number 5, they're reminding you to hydrate. Why does your furry best friend suddenly start licking you like you're a popsicle on a hot day? It's not just affection, there's something deeper happening. Dogs have an incredible ability to detect tiny changes in your body, including dehydration. Unlike humans who need to think about drinking water, your dog rely on instinct. If your skin tastes saltier than usual, or if your body scent shifts due to lack of hydration, your pup picks up on it instantly. Licking isn't just a random act, it's their way of nudging you, almost like saying, "Hey, you need water." Some dogs even focus on areas where sweat glands are most active, like your hands or face, because they can taste the imbalance in your system. And here's the wild part. Your four-legged friend isn't just detecting thirst, they can also pick up on something much stronger. Because if they can sense dehydration, imagine what happens when they detect an even bigger change in your body. Like number 4, they can taste your fear. Why does your pup suddenly start licking you when you're feeling uneasy? Almost like they're trying to reassure you. It's not just affection. Dogs have an incredible ability to detect fear, not just through scent, but through taste. When you're anxious, your body releases a cocktail of stress hormones that subtly change the chemistry of your sweat. While humans might not notice the difference, a dog's tongue picks up on these microscopic shifts instantly. That's why even before you're fully aware of your own emotions, your four-legged friend is already responding, licking, nudging, or staying closer than usual. They don't just sense your fear, they taste it, reading every detail in a way we never could, and the more intense your emotion, the stronger their reaction. But here's where it gets even wilder. Dogs don't just detect emotions, they absorb them. Ever wonder why your furry companion sometimes acts like a sponge for your energy, mirroring your moods? Well, get ready, because what they do next is even more fascinating. Number 3, they're trying to absorb your energy. Why does your furry best friend lick you like they're soaking up every drop of your existence? So it's not just affection, it's absorption. Unlike humans, dogs don't just see or hear emotions, they feel them on a whole different level. Every person carries an energy field, a unique frequency that shifts with mood, health, and stress. And when your pup licks you, they're not just tasting your skin, they're syncing up with your energy, like a living, breathing, emotional sponge. Ever notice how after a rough day, your pup's licks feel extra intense? That's because they're quite literally taking on your stress, helping you release the tension you don't even realize you're carrying. It's their way of keeping you balanced, in tune, and, let's be honest, way calmer than you should be. But licking isn't just about emotions. It goes deeper than that, because when you drift off to sleep, your dog picks up on something even more mysterious. Something you don't even consciously know is happening. And if you thought energy absorption was wild, wait until you hear this. Number 2, they can taste your dreams. Why does your pup give you a big slobbery kiss the moment you wake up? It's not just morning excitement, it's because they've been gathering information about you all night long. While you sleep, your body releases tiny chemical signals based on what's happening in your brain. If you're dreaming, your skin gives off a different scent than if you're in deep sleep. If you're stressed, your body chemistry shifts. And dogs, they don't just smell it, they taste it. That's why your furry friend licks you first thing in the morning. They're checking in, reading every little change in your body from the time you closed your eyes to the moment you woke up. Humans might rely on words to ask, "How'd you sleep?" But dogs, they get their answer in one lick, and sometimes when your pup lingers on a certain spot, it's because they've picked up a scent you didn't even realize was there. Number 1, they're detecting a loved one's presence on you. Why does your pup go into a licking frenzy the moment you walk through the door? It's not just excitement, it's an investigation. Unlike humans who rely mostly on sight, dogs experience the world through scent, and their noses are insanely powerful. They don't just smell who you were with, they know how long ago, where you were, and even what mood that person was in. But here's where it gets even wilder. Your furry detective isn't just sniffing out clues, they're tasting them. Licking allows them to get an even deeper read on the microscopic scent particles lingering on your skin. If you've been around someone they love, like a close friend or another pet, that burst of licking could be their way of reconnecting with that familiar presence, almost like bringing a loved one closer again. So the next time your pup smothers you in licks, remember, it's not just a random display of affection. They're gathering information, sensing emotions, and maybe even telling you something important. And who knows, there could be even more surprising reasons behind this behavior. If you're eager to dive deeper into your furry friend's secret world, we'll see you in the next video.